Okay, and I guess this is a section for miscellaneous questions. One of the questions I'd like to ask you is, as far as the administrative end, are there certain staff members that have access to specific functions or facets of Millennium or its output data forms? Like, can anyone on the administrative end access any function of Millennium, and can anyone on the student end or the public end who views Millennium, can they view any part of the records?
No, there's different levels. There's we have the staff level where we can see if everybody can see if something's checked out, but the staff, we can see who has it checked out.
Okay. But now you can, as a staff, we as a staff as a whole can see who's checked it out. But is there a difference between, even within the staff, like could you see something that I couldn't, being as though I'm serials and you are acquisitions? Or, tech head.
I can go in and see, how many times this thing's been checked out in the past. Amy Lee in circulation can see this patron if they have a reputation, for breaking books or something.
So would you say that it's fair to say that in general we all have access to pretty much the same thing, but there are certain small differences in access? Like I can generally access the circulation records, but certain pieces of information I cannot access, only you can access. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the way it's set up, but we all have, just to make it easier.
Yeah, but in theory, that's how. Yeah.
But the student workers at the circulation desk, they can't override fines and things like that.
Okay.
But we can.
Okay, as staff. Okay, and this question in particular is not miscellaneous hardware. Now labels. Let me explain to you how I think the barcoding process goes, and tell me if I'm correct. You create an order form, or you order a book on Amazon, or you create an order form. Somehow you order a book or whatever, and in the meanwhile you print out pre-populated barcodes from Millennium.
No.
How does that?
We have a whole stack of barcodes that were ordered many moons ago, and we have enough to last us for maybe 3 more years.
Okay, so where do you get the barcodes from? Are they from a different company? Or are they from Millennium? How does that?
This is before my time. There's a company. I think any company can make it.
But even if you don't know the company's name, you know it's not Millennium for fact, though.
Right.
So Millennium does not print the barcodes.
Right.
So another company prints the barcodes, and
and there's certain standards. There's like a dozen or so different barcode standards.
Yeah. Like if it's this type of material, it can be used these sets of barcodes.
Yeah, it's like 13 D, J, W, or something like that.
Okay, the numbers correspond to certain categories.
And they do have software you can print these off.
Okay.
I think we might be looking at
Millennium does?
No.
Oh, the company. Okay.
Millennium, the barcode field is set up to accept whatever we want it to.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. When a material comes in that you've ordered or it's a gift or whatever, you take the sheet of barcodes that was not created by Millennium. You take that sheet of barcodes and you tell Millennium, okay, I'm going to put this barcode in the system, and then when the item actually comes in, you assign that item to that barcode that's already in Millennium?
No.
Or how does that work?
No. We put the barcodes on after they come in, and then first I do a quick catalog record.
So you create a record in Millennium of that material?
It's called a bibliographic record. It's just like title, author, blah, blah, blah. And then we don't create the item record. The item record is what has all the circulation history. Okay. Like how much it costs, how many times it's been checked out, barcode information, things like that.
Okay.
We don't do that until we physically receive the book.
Okay, so first you create a bibliographic record, which is stuff about the book itself. The publisher, the title, the author, the description. Yeah. Which is part of the cataloging, right?
Yeah.
That's in the cataloging. And then once the book actually comes in, then you create the item record, which is part of
the circulation module.
Circulation module.
Makes it so they can check it in and out now.
And when the item record is created, you take a barcode and assign that barcode to the book?
Yep, and then zap it in.
And now, why? Okay, if you went into Millennium and already assigned that barcode to that, let's say a book, why do you need to scan the barcode then? If it's already in the system, that's where I'm confused.
Well, we assign it as we scan it. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to type in the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And is it correct that the only other time you would scan the barcode is when for circulation purposes? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And
or if a faculty member wants a book on reserve, then Amy Lee will, she'll scan and look for them on reserve.
Okay. And
just inventory control.
Okay. And the only things you put barcodes on books, audio CDs, movies, or DVDs, and VHS tapes. Is there anything else you put barcodes on?
Well, keys and headphones. And things
okay,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah, because like keys to the study rooms. Okay, and being as though we're part of interlibrary loan, other libraries can borrow our books. Where does the barcode come into play that you've affixed to the book?
Well, when a book, that's up to the receiving library. If a book doesn't have one of these 13-digit compatible barcodes, if you ever get a book from the library, it'll have a slip on it sometimes, and that'll have your local library's own temporary barcode.
So is it fair to say stuff that goes through interlibrary loan is tracked sometimes by our barcode, but usually by whatever the requesting library chooses to track it with? But whatever they track it with is tied to its title and author and the fact that it's at Chatham? Is that correct? But somebody from Carnegie Library cannot borrow a book from Chatham, right? Is that correct?
Unless they went to interlibrary loan.
But they can do that through Chatham? through Carnegie Library?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'd be quicker for them just to come here and read it.
Yeah.
But or some people that live in the neighborhood would give complimentary neighborhood cards.
Yeah.
Because we use their streets and parks and stuff. And or alumni, even temporary cards.
And this is kind of a slight offshoot, but let me ask you this. Interlibrary loan, is that a function that is associated with whatever information system each library uses, or is it a function that is separate and that Millennium just happens to manage that?
It's separate.
Okay.
It's OCLC manages it, and it's all web-based now.
So where does Millennium tie into that? That's
well, first of all, most people do Easy Borrow now rather than interlibrary loan for books, and that is that ties into Millennium.
Easy Borrow does.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have settings in there that when somebody requests a book through Easy Borrow, we get a notification, or Amy Lee does, and then we go get the book, and then we
and now Easy Borrow is this Easy Borrow? What's the difference between Easy Borrow and interlibrary loan? Is Easy Borrow only internal to Chatham's campus?
No. Easy Borrow is actually Pennsylvania, New Jersey, West Virginia. It's more local, but it's called Easy Borrow because it's cool.
Oh, okay. Whereas interlibrary loan can be a library in
from Hawaii,
Tallahassee, okay.
And that does journal.
Easy Borrow is local though.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Millennium does or does not involve ILL? Obviously it involves Easy Borrow, but does it involve ILL?
It does to a point. It communicates with OCLC.
Okay.
But OCLC has it's just numbers communicating together. And OCLC's numbers are compatible with ours. Or Easy Borrow, every library has a different system.
Okay. But OCLC is like a central unit. Okay, I got you. And any small questions on miscellaneous. And I won't ask you to yet comment on Millennium in general, but are there any other particular things that you feel might be helpful for me and the rest of the group to know about Millennium as a system?
As a system, well, I mean, historically, it used to be, see if I got this right, the old Dynex system.
Dynex?
Dynex, yeah. It's like...
That's Millennium's former name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Innovative interfaces. Well, it had... And then Dynex kind of split off into two, into Endeavor and Millennium.
No, ma'am.